you and I are on different ends of the spectrum. Whilst you came away feeling quite positive, I came away feeling quite negative. I mean, when I listened to the conference, I came away with three don'ts, right? They either don't know what to do, they don't care about what is going on in the housing market, or they don't have the resources to do what they want to do, which is why they just came out with rhetoric rather than actual numbers. I mean, wouldn't it have been better if they came out and said, this is what we are planning to do, this is the timeline, and this is the amount of money that we hope to actually inject into the economy? That would have given people some kind of confidence. But from what I gathered, they don't know. Because I don't think they realize, or maybe they do realize how big the housing problem is, but they don't have the resources in order to save it. And so consequently, they don't want homeowners in China to be panicked by saying that we can't solve this problem.
Well, David, good to meet you, and it's good to have different views. So they will have buy and sell, and the investment bank would facilitate those buy and sell with record volume, which is great for our business. But David, I don't know how long you have been following China. So if you look at the credential of whether it's PBOC governors or CSRC chairman or the Minister of Foreign Finance, and also party chief of Shanghai and all that, they're highly educated economists, policymaker, and currency managers, right? So they're highly capable. The way I read it, there are four key focus, right? So they've been focusing on local debt issuance, which is critical to solve the real estate and also stimulate the economy. They have addressed not many people taking attention yet the bank's core capitals. So this could potentially can really have that multiplier impact on the economy, and also bringing potential banks to reevaluate, which is a large component of the index. And the third is on the property side, and the last is on the consumptions. I think the direction of traffic is clear. Again, to have a physical number beyond what they budgeted, they need MPC approval. So that's why they're going through that motion, which is we should respect the due process.
Thomas, I don't know if you remember, but many years ago, former head of the PBOC, Zhou Xiaochuan, said at a conference, there will come this Minsky moment when lenders will say, we no longer want to lend simply because the property market is too toppy. And he warned about this many, many years ago. And of course, this has come to fruition now. And so consequently, when you have a look at what is happening in China, the property market is too toppy. Prices have become exorbitant. And so consequently, it was only natural that property prices corrected. And so what we're actually seeing now is the correct price for the property market. But to try and stimulate the property market and stimulate prices back up again is probably the wrong thing to do. Maybe what they need to do is to just leave things alone at the moment. And as I said, the three don'ts, they don't. China shouldn't really care about the property market. What they should really do is to say, yeah, this is where the property market is at the moment. So let's just leave it alone, and then we'll actually sort of be able to find a level, rather than to try and stimulate what is going on. Because the housing market problem is huge. Until you solve the housing market problem, you're not going to solve consumer confidence in China. But maybe it is insoluble at the moment simply because it is too expensive. Or it was too expensive, but now it's actually okay.
Well, David, if you look at the property market price in general in China, it corrected about a third in terms of the price point on average basis. In any major market like U.S., right, during the subprime crisis, when you have a 1/3 of the price correction, it will be a crisis. I think China overall has managed okay over that past 2-3 years, and your point was, potentially, some of the stands the policymaker has been right before September the 24th. But overall, I think collectively, the market, the investors, and the consumer do not think leave it alone is sufficient from a Chinese policies perspective. Therefore, they made the pivot, and I think market likes it. It creates that positive loop. So we're not saying stimulate and drive the price up and to have another bubble. Right now, what we have is to find the foundations, a third of corrections, probably in my view, a little bit more over-corrected. They could stabilize and have a little bit of upside, but there's no point of riding back up to create another bubble. It is really stabilize the property market and the property price, reform the expectation of price movement, and then reestablish the confidence and then let the economy to grow. So property and a related sector accounts for close to a third of the economy. It is important, and more importantly, the confidence which drive the investment and the consumption in China.